Alright, so sorry for the delay. So the things we're gonna do for these block streams: crouching P, crouching LK, crouching LP. Why is this specific block string? Because enemies will choose to walk away from you sometimes. That's why you do not start with LK. You don't start with it right away. Because what they're gonna do is... Explain why. Here. Why she still can throw? Okay, but it's not gonna work. Trust me. Here is what we're gonna do. See, if they're gonna walk back, that's it. In general, though, they can walk back either way, but this kind of gives them more time. Okay, gives them more time. You don't want to do that because something people will do. They will just delay it a bit and start walking back, and during that delay of walking back or doing nothing, they will just be able to escape. But if you do it like so, they will get clipped by it, and you can turn into this. Which is basically why the next point of this whole video is to have light Hisatsu Shinobi Bachi. First, I want you to like make it so there is enough space to walk, right? Like enemy down to the corner. Like maybe you can even put him a bit here, right? Then I want you to do the special on hit, right? And then save status and replay it, just like this. So that you will not have to like do this every single time. Now, what you're gonna do is you dash forward, walk just a bit. You literally hold your button just a bit after the dash and throw. The way you can increase consistency, right? On wake up, I want you to set up them to do 4 framer, right? And I want you to make them walk backwards for 30 frames. It's gonna be in common actions. Backward for 40 frames, it's continuous frames here, right? What's gonna happen is, on wake up, they either gonna walk back or press a button. Why you not just do this? Like, say, just this one. For me, my brain kind of gets accustomed of seeing this counter hit thingy. And it makes me less consistent. So it's okay to add this as well. Additionally, the reason why I wanted to show you this, that on wake up they will try to walk away, is that if you don't walk forward, right, they can just walk back and you'll never hit the throw on them. But if you walk a bit after the dash, they cannot walk back. That's why you have it set up as well, so that you know, just kind of psychologically feel more confident about this. Every single time you see counter hit, that means they wake up with a, you know, with a light punch. The second thing you will train is this. Make them wake up with a throw. And the idea here, you still dash forward, right? But obviously this time, if you walk a bit forward and back, it should be possible for you to, you know, to still shimmy them. But if you really don't want to, right? If you really like not confident at first, you can indeed just like after the first dash immediately walk back. But a bit better players, they might just catch on, right? So sometimes I do kind of like micro walk forward, even less than before, right? Just kind of hold button a bit and do it much later. But keep in mind that like leaves less time for you to decide whether you're gonna like press your buttons after. Which of course, once they gonna whiff it, right? In fact, you can even like just predict it and do it like outright right away. And you're gonna drive rush after. Hold on. Didn't play in a while. And you do staying in HP into heavy Ryu and Bull. Into heavy fire, into heavy DP. And it leads to Oki as well, which we're gonna train right now as well. The Oki with heavy DP in the corner is obviously differs. It's different. First, let me remember it because, well, it's kind of like not easy. Oh, something like this. Now we gotta save status, right? And replay it. And let's see how much plus frames we have. We have 30 frames plus. Good. After the dash we are plus 12. That most likely means no, this is not right away at the very least. Okay, can we have to waste frames somehow? That's my bad. Obviously, I don't remember much. I think this was working. Hold on. Well, yeah, don't recommend it really. You know what? Whenever you have like a trouble like finding or wasting frames, what you can do yourself is remove temporarily all the wake up reversals. And do this. You press a button and see how much advantage you have. If you press it at the earliest, we are +2. And we can throw. So let's go back. But obviously, sometimes it's just, believe me, easier to just manually time it. But it does help. Sometimes it does help. Yeah. If you really want to like do that throw, right? But the thing is, the reason why sometimes people don't do that is because like they want you just like being able to like freely walk back. So do that only whenever you like want to default to the button. Yeah, it's pretty decent if you want to like set up the throw or like lights, because you'll be able to confirm them. Like for example, something commonly people do right in the corner, they will jump out from them, right? So if they wanted to jump out, you'll be able to just repeat the situation then. So think about these buttons, you know, like you do this block string, is that most likely you'll get it when they will try to jump out, or like if they want to backdash. That's it. That's one of the situations you're actually gonna land. Not many people will actually challenge you on wake up. That will usually happen rarely at some point, unless they have some kind of weird like attempt read or in the window. They might, yeah, they might do it. Other than that, I don't think so. All right, cool, Rusty. I see that you are like watching now based on what you have, you know, typed in the Discord. Alright, so next thing is, this is like a very important note. You know that she has a very strong throw loop, right? Which, if they didn't nerf it... Fuck, did they nerf it already? Oh my god, what I'm doing. I don't need to do that. Let me just... 21 frames? +3, okay. And now... let's make them normal throw. No, I don't think they nerfed it. I think we're safe. I think we're okay. Yes, they didn't. Oh, thank god. Yes, she has a very strong throw loop. The only thing you need to do after the throw, you dash forward as soon as possible. You can buffer it. Just fucking spam the button, right? And go into throw, right? Just make sure that you train this for consistency. And of course, you also have to like press the throw at the right time amount, or else you're not gonna able to land it. I didn't play mine in a while, so that's why I will have some issues. But other than that, it's like a very good strong throw loop. And then you walk back, and of course you shimmy if they like gonna weave the throw and whatnot. But don't do it too often though. Like most often, what you're gonna do, I recommend you like to do either the throw or this into. Get it? That's it. That's pretty much what you're gonna do. And you know, everything kind of ties up with this. Now that we like mentioned this, we have this one, right? That leads into that ender. Or you can manually time it and do it yourself. It's not too hard. It's not too hard. Like, don't think about that. Without after timing, you'll not be able to do anything. You know how you can sometimes do it? Just look whenever enemy wakes up, okay, and press the buttons. Don't think too hard about it. You see them waking up. Start pressing the light buttons. See, I didn't after time or anything. It just happened on its own. And of course, hit confirm into this. You're supposed to be able, like, you know, in general, you're supposed to be able to hit confirm from 3 buttons. And the way you do it is usually like, after this 2, if this 2 hits, you do this one. If they somehow blocked like these 2 buttons, right? If they block them, say, I will do random one. Like, say, I do it like this, I do it, right? I do it as well. But if they're gonna block this all two the first ones, right? Even if the last one hits, you're not a superhuman. Don't try to hit confirm from 1 button. You're gonna cry if you're gonna hit this on block. They will put you in a corner and you will die. This is very important to remember. And of course, to train it, yes, we do the random block. The idea here is, of course, landing the Hisatsu Shinobi Bachi without landing it on block. I played a lot of times, so see how consistent I am. Now, the next part we're gonna discuss is your Nitro. Obviously, we have this. I know it will be difficult for you to do the like TPs, right? If I would give you some tips, you could set up a bunch of recordings where the enemy jumps at you and sometimes, you know, like just does the like this. Well, walk back and forth, drive rush into button, walk back and forth into jump, stuff like that, so it will be more unpredictable. And then what you're trying to do is like you either check them, right? You either check them or you anti-air them. The idea is whenever they flash green to press a button that is gonna check them, And if you see them going from the ground instead, in fact, you can even train, you know, conversions from drive rush from this. You have to be able to start. This is how I do it, right? There are like different ways to how to inter well. Hold on, let me disable the other ones. No, this is... I think this was the jump. Okay, good. The way I do it, right? The way I do it. I'm in neutral, right? Let's say I'm in neutral, you in neutral. I'm like going back and forth, and if I'm in a range where they can throw the button or drive rush on me like this, in this range, I'm like, can check their drive rush, right? If I'm further away, it's stupid to try to check the drive rush because obviously it's slow, right? They cannot even fucking jump in on you, there is no reason. But once you get a bit closer, that's where the threat of drive rushing and jump starts become imminent, right? And say, if you don't see them drive rushing and they not on the ground anymore, you don't look in the air, okay? You kind of like look at the waist, maybe legs, maybe the body, etc. If you don't see the body suddenly, you know what you immediately do? No, you don't do the TP immediately, right? What you do is like you press forward and down, right? And then you finish the DP from the crouch block motion. Forward and down, let go, do the like Hadouken motion. Let go, do the Hadouken motion. I failed it once because I tried to do it like try to do it like like I do it like on arcade stick. But on arcade stick it's easier because this method relies on you to let go of the stick. Like because on leverless I prefer to do it the other way. But you get me, right? The whole point why this is important, the why it works, is because by crouching you're lowering your hard boxes. You're lowering your hard boxes, and that means you can wait longer. Let's say, see, if I'm gonna like try to react to jump, like, you know, by doing it like so, sometimes I might just not get it in time. By the way, the most consistent one is the medium. See? But if I'm gonna like be like on the ground, you see how long it takes for you to reach me with his attacks. You have a lot of the time precisely because you can do the DP from crouch. That is an advantage that you're supposed to use. The reason why DP and TRs consider it like good in this game is not just because they like, you know, have like invincible stuff and whatnot, but because you're actually lowering your profile, you know, by like crouching and then doing the DP. Okay. But that's not the only advantage of my has over it. Can save status, replace status. She actually plus after this. See? So you get opportunity. That's a different though. Like the thing is, this is a different Oki than the one we get from the Hisatsu Shinobi Pachi. You need to walk a bit more forward to get it. And see, they are like actually they are trying to escape, right? With doing the basically how's it called? Back recovery, yeah. So but because like back recovery and fast recovery, I mean like the recovery in press is the same amount of frames, it's just like more distance, you always will get it. But you have to like walk more forward than your regular one. But it's pretty tight. So instead, why don't we just like improve it? Who knew from an N-tier DP my gets after time buffer, right? Overhead from drive rush. And not only that, if they will try to just wake up and block, right? You're +1. And potentially what you can do is, if you know they're gonna walk back, you clip them. You clip them. By the way, your beginner, like a combo from this, like something I like to do sometimes is just like doing something simple like this. 2 crouching piece, literally. And if you see this, the second one hit, right, you just confirm into this. This is what makes her strong, because she gets, you know, like this very important, like Oki stuff. Obviously, that's not the only thing you can do from Driver Rush here. See, we have so much time that we even start getting hit. You can even go for this. Back HK. Back HK is actually good because it leads to your stronger combo. It allows you to link the Ryu Enbu, which leads into that. But obviously, if you're not in a corner, right, I recommend ending into Shinobi Bachi. For obvious reasons, right? Do the heavy ender only if it kills, right? Only if it kills. Or, obviously, if you're in a corner. Speaking about the combos. This Shinobi Bachi, you can end it into your level 3, which is quarter circle back 2 times into punch. And it's very easy because it's like 2 hits on Shinobi Bachi. It's like you just fucking start spamming once you see Shinobi Bachi, if you really want so. But this is not where it's over, because hold on. Sorry. I think she has Oki after this. You cannot jump. I mean, I don't think you can dash after, but let's see. Let's see how much we have after the dash. We'll remove everything for wake up. We try. How much plus we are? We are plus 19. And we can actually dash. Your dash is actually fast. Look, it's like 18 frames. So it means if you here in a corner, you can actually get this jab. But what if we're doing this from like a big distance? Let's see. Most likely you need to drive rush. There is no way, obviously, we can reach them otherwise. What? Oh wait, don't tell me! They cannot back recover from this? What? They can't! Oh my god! They can't back recover from this super. Either I forgot or whatnot, but you always can have this. That's fucking amazing. Right? Because you fucking can hit confirm this. Can you throw? Obviously, we cannot do it because like it's only 1 frame, right? But like say they be defensive. Do I reach with the throw? We can't! So if they start getting afraid. Oh my god, I wanted to do the buttons. That's why this I was showing before is very important. It will be everywhere with you. Trust me. Okay, so, but like if you don't ready for a DP, right? If you don't ready for the DP, then in that case, this works as well. Unfortunately, you do not really get that much frame advantage after this. But you still can just throw the button in their direction, at the very least. Let's see if we actually can make them. Will it work? Let's see. Yeah, it works. So do the reverse after damage like light punch and see if it actually can get it to work. What? Don't tell me we actually have enough. Hold on, bro. Show it. Oh my god. They keep doing this? I cannot do it once? I think there was a way to do it once. Man, okay, let's do it like that. We'll go to the block reversal settings and we record them doing the jump in. Okay, we'll record them doing the jump in. So the way we test it is like this. You make them block, right? And then they will do the recording, right? And that way we'll make it so they will always retaliate after. Like this. Okay, now we check. Nope, didn't work. I don't think we'll be able to drive rush. But we can do that though, right? We can do that. And besides, once they be afraid of this, right? They most likely will wait. They will wait for this, or they maybe even do something crazy like a DP after it. If not, we'll surely be able to just get in. Also, to stop it, they have to press it right away, right? Why I'm saying this is because maybe if they do the crouching, like say medium kick instead, let's see if we can beat them. Oh my god. We trade. Huh. So basically, they wait just a bit. The medium buttons will lose. This is very important. Alright, this. So you can use this like as anti-air still. Additional thing we can try to do here is to see if we. Can we though? We have to try. It does work, but let's see if they actually can jump out. We'll check if now we check reversal after damage. We add them jumping forward immediately after the damage. That's how it's supposed to look like. And they immediately jump and try to attempt this. To have this recording, right? To have this recording, because you have like a bunch of recordings that is necessary. I want you to do the recording trigger on input, right? Recording trigger on the input. You go here, right? And see, the recording is not working unless I start moving. That way you can record a perfect jump in, okay? And then go crouch block. This is also very important. Now we have this, right? Now we have this. He's gonna jump and then immediately attempt to stop us, right? This is very important. We emulate the real match. So now we'll try to throw a fireball and see if we're actually safe. Holy shit, don't tell me she's safe. What the fuck? That's retarded. Don't tell me she's actually safe from this. What? You cannot jump and assassin? That's amazing. Obviously, we don't get much reward from it, right? But at least you're safe if you decide to go for it. What about the meterless ones? Bruh. I mean, we can at least block. If we do it like as early as possible, we can at least block. But can we DP though? Have to do it at the earliest moment though. Holy shit! Holy smoke! She can't do it! No way! But you have to be like tight for it. And it depends on the spacing as well. Like at which space you actually anti-air them. Like whether it be close, far away, that depends as well. Anyways, the point here, you do have like stuff that you can do after they're gonna jump at you, even with this. But of course, this will give you the most reward, right? You can do that stuff and so on. Now, once we cover this one, time to think about the rest of the Nitro. The rest of the Nitro, you're gonna use this button, right? You're gonna use this button. Let's stop him doing that stuff. So this button is not as good as it was before. They nerfed it. I don't want you to use a lot in Nitro. Use it only sparingly, whenever you really think you need like additional range. The reason why I want you to not use it that often, right, is because the recovery on it is pretty long, right? And the pushback is not as strong as it was before. If they gonna walk into you and block it, the problem is you might be in this kind of situation where you block it somewhere like this close, and they might just start getting like stagger pressure on you like or something. So don't abuse it too much, right? This, however, is different. This button you can cancel, right? You can throw a fireball. Speaking about it, looks EX Shoryuken on block, right? See, I get hit, right? From far away if I do the light one, but if I do the heavy one, it's completely safe. It's tight. They cannot EX Shoryuken you at all if you do the heavy one, if you space it from this range. Why this is important? Because you see how it creates space? This is very important. Even though he is plus, there's nothing fucking he can do from this range. So after we created space, we can prepare to anti-air them, right? We can prevent to punish him with that. Maybe they will even do something like this. Hold on. We can try to whiff punish them, right? And once they start getting afraid, right? Eventually they start getting afraid. They cannot like challenge this because it's like super tight block string. Once they get used that they cannot even act between these two buttons, that's where we start getting this shit out, right? Obviously not the X one, because you kind of could do it like from Nitro even like this. Now, speaking about defense, right? Defense, the X one is the most important you to know. Basically, this is something you can throw out in Nitro, right? And it's like startups very fast at 12 frames, 42 like of recovery. That's amazing. And once they block it, you don't even have to drive rush. Look how much time we have here. And if we make him challenge us, see? They can do one punch, and then after we can just like freely go to it and whatnot. How to time it? This is easy. For EX one, it's super easy. You see this blue flash? You press after the blue flash. That's it. Blue flash over, throw. Blue flash over, throw. But don't do it too much though. Like, you know, you still need to kind of like not doing it too early, because they are still in block stun. That's why you wait for it to actually disappear. If you do it too early and stuff. It's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy. But like with time you get better. And you'll start like throwing them. So keep training. Additionally, what we can do, the reason why people like drive rush, do certain dashes, do certain normals, they trying to after time. It is possible to do after time. Like for example, my god, how to do it so... Man, this is kind of hard to set up. You know. How about the drive rush? That was too tight. Okay. See? I managed to find it. But like, be careful though. I feel like it's I think it's like range specific. But you might bait them that way, right? They think they... Oh, like look, they think throw for some reason. And they feel like they have like enough time. But they actually don't. And you are +8 by the way on this overhead, so just you can insert this button and into Chisas Shinogbachi and stuff. Obviously, the best one is this. It's startup 8 frames and you get the big combo. Let's try it. Oh my god. But the issue here is, I believe, without the drive rush, unfortunately, this thingy is you cannot combo from this into heavy one. Unfortunately, I believe how much frames it's on no block? 3 frames, so we cannot combo it. Too bad, but it would be nice if you could get it though. You can of course like how to say it. You can of course just do the normal combo and go it into this. This is something commonly, by the way, that when it comes to I forgot about the drive rush cancels. This is a common one that they use. The reason why they use it obviously because on block, if you're gonna trade though, be careful too. You're gonna trade, but that's still worth it because on block, your plus. And you can throw them. And if they trade, right? Fuck it, if they trade. So who cares? You still get the combo though. Right? Still get the combo. So it does not matter. So who cares? About the regular like fireballs. In general, you're gonna use this light one. The use for this light one is for this. Let's say you drop a fireball, right? Like so. I chosen. And they're gonna jump at you. And you kinda anti-air them. But unfortunately, sometimes they jump right away, isn't it? That's why we have this recording. So, Chosen. Oh no. But if you stand a bit further back, I believe it's actually safe. See? So somewhere from this range, you can throw 2 Kachosens, you'll be able to block them and still do the DP. Be mind of the distance. Of course, after a while, once you feel like they got used to this, right? And they not challenging your second fireball, and you don't believe they do DI or any other crazy things, right? They trying to figure you out. What you can do is basically, you throw the first one, right? You throw the first one, and then the second one you will charge. And if they will not jump, you have the setup. Right now, I don't even recommend you like lab this like fancy setups like too much. Just in general, what you can do right now is just like exploit it as a get-in mechanic. And do stuff like this. And so on, right? Don't think too much about it. And basically, in Nitro, we use this sometimes. We like to use this, staying heavy punch into the heavy like fireball so that they will not be able to contest it. Obviously, sometimes whenever you get close, they will just YOLA drive impact. So don't just like do it like all the time, because there is a chance that they will just like, let's say, and you try to like just go into this, right, and they will die. If they already blocking, they cannot do it during that because it's like a tight blocks thing. But keep in mind that they might just preemptively press drive impact. However, this is a big downside. In fact, if you do it occasionally, right? If you do it occasionally and get this amazing spacing, like distance and whatnot, eventually the enemies like will forced to react to that. You're moving forward, right? This is actually what we want them to do. We want them to react to this shit. Eventually they will start like doing stuff like holy shit, this dude walks into me, right? They be like pressing these buttons, right? So instead of like pressing this on the block by walking forward, we just kind of like walk a bit forward, and then press this button, walk a bit forward, and then press this button or this button. But like do note though that some buttons are short. Like I believe the crouch MK is shorter a bit than this one, maybe. I think it's a bit the same range though. in general though, I just say this. Crouch MK is a good button, but be mindful that they might use like some kind of like anti-low moves, right? Whenever that's gonna happen, switch to this. Switch to this instead. Unfortunately, the mic has this like overhead that Mika had, but I feel like it's actually a great opportunity for you to learn, right? It's a great opportunity for you to learn and unlearn this like habit of like always pressing, you know, like forward with it. Don't worry, you get used to it. You just like the way I do it, right? It's not consistent right now because I didn't play mine in a while. The way I do it, whenever I just play Nitro, I'm outright always get used to just let go of forward motion before pressing this button, right? I walk forward and I walk forward and I walk forward and I don't want to keep holding forward, right? Or I'm getting blowed up for doing this weird overhead. Because like usually we want overhead with drive rush only anyway. It's gonna be +1. Right, so again, going back to Nitro, we have 2 Kachosens to maybe like, you know, make them jump. Be mindful though, the first Kachosen, if they're not gonna block the first Kachosen, right? If they're gonna jump, obviously that means rest in peace, right? So you still need to be aware of your like fireball game. If you don't know whether they like very jump happy or not, play it safe, okay? Don't do like super big buttons yet. It's a good idea to just sometimes like check what they're gonna do, like and kind of like start testing your opponent, like thinking, oh, is he gonna like jump or not, like, you know, stuff like that. You know about this. Then we have like EX1. We have this one, as I said. By the way, eventually they get, as I said it, eventually they get conditioned by this thingy, and you can start like getting away with this. Hold on, does it work? Let me check. 26! Wow. So, if they gonna block the initial fan, if they press anything, and you dash after, that means you get stuff. Hold on. Let me record this. Yeah. Yeah, it works. What about drive rush? Oh, we can. We can drive rush into that. Come on, why it's not... Don't tell me because of this fan I don't get enough advantage. Oh, it's +7, I'm stupid. That works only on... Bruh. It only works on counter hit. Do remember, I forgot to tell you. This stuff might do. This stuff might does whenever she does it like so. It's like a either on counter hit or like on a trade you'll have enough advantage. Usually you'll not have it. Instead you have to go for this one because it's plus. I mean, like, it's a 6-frame startup. Oh well, mistakes happen. But like, if he's not gonna press, right? If he's not gonna press crouching OP, if he's gonna just eat it. See, after the dash, once they block, if you really want to risk dashing though, he's like, you're like +16, which is super cool. So we can wait a bit and throw them. But my like, what I like to do, I just fucking walk, really. I just fucking walk because it's like more unpredictable. You see, like, you do this, you walk, shimmy right into button stuff. That's I feel like what makes it strong. I think that was about it. Now I'll go into online and see if I can show some of it. Don't expect me to land the DPs. I didn't play in a while, but other things maybe. Hey, well, why am I still diamond with her? I didn't play her that much. By the way, opinion, if you're still watching Rusty, obviously. Oh my god, I have to like come up with something else. And of course it's just like a very like, you know, beginning stuff. In fact, I could like talk more about like, say, which button creates what spacing and like what you will use. Like for example, I believe this button is pretty great poke against the lows. You see how she's like standing on her leg, right? On one leg. I feel like it's pretty decent if like they're gonna like really abuse the lows. Obviously, I don't remember much about it, and don't know how effective it is. At least like usually, if you see this kind of move in the character, right? At least in this game, that most likely means it's like not too bad against the lows.
Here comes a new challenger.
Okay, she's probably gonna dash back into something. Let's see. Round start, drive rush, drive impact. I was too far away, I'm sorry. See? I can't do it. I can play like 1000 years and still go back to it. Bruh. I was out of range. Surprisingly decent range. That's so stupid. Oh my god, I whiffed! Oh no, I pressed wrong button. I pressed throw instead. I just want to recover some gauge. I don't want to kill her or anything like that. What can I say? Losing from lack of consistency and mistakes. Never mind, I won! Oh, gee, no! No way. No way, what was that? I didn't expect this. Bruh. losing like that just because I didn't block low.
Round two. Fight.
You said no 10 Senrin, you lied. Don't sleep. No! Take it, bitch! I still got it! Wait, it's not doing random stuff. I have to keep the consistency going. Please random into this. Yeah. Oh my god. Missed. Move it forward. See? Don't have it like done yet. Oh, now it worked. Good. Like the thing is, even though I feel like a normal throw, right? If you just send this light one, you can just dash once and you kind of like still creating space. Obviously, they might just wake up with like something like this, or they go crazy and jump. But I feel like I just have enough advantage at the very least. Maybe I'll be able to block, right? I don't know if I can like, and I'm not gonna like right now check it. Basically, I don't know if I can like anti-air after that, like fireball and dash. And of course, if they like really super sleeping, maybe we can get away with that and start like getting closer. Be careful though, maybe your fan will hit and you'll try to go for a throw too early or something. You might whiff it and die after this. That's kind of sad. I really like your confirm into super. It's very comfy. But sometimes I get so surprised by getting myself a combo. I kind of like, oh my god, I have to do it, right? Especially, I feel like I have problems from this side. It's because I have to use this ring finger. It's a bit harder. But what you can do is, whenever you jump over, right? You like on leverless, or like depending like how it's like easier for you to do it like with a cat stick. If you already like keep enemy into block string, right? You can just readjust your finger or position of your hand to make it easier. Like, so this is what I feel like optimization is. It's not just you like outright, I have to do it that way and only that way. Because there be like some cases where the game gives you enough time to kind of readjust how you input some stuff. So you can use something like this for sure. By the way, have you noticed that I barely any used EX once at all? And the reason why I was doing that, I didn't have to. The enemy already plays super scared usually, right? So if they give me the openings, if he keeps pressing the buttons, right? Like, you know, like this Jury, or like she kept drive rushing, I was doing this, right? Like, why the hell I would spend 2 bars, right? I would rather than spend 2 bars on this. At least that makes sense to me. You kind of like learn these things, or like which one you would like prioritize, like when it, like you get more experience basically. And it might change. I'm not saying like it's always like the right thing, but the most important thing is that you had some kind of like difficult moment in the game, and you're trying to solve it, and through solving that difficult moment, you're like, you know what? I think I'm spending too much gauge, right? I think I'm spending too much gauge. That's why, like, sometimes. By the way, this one, right? This one. It's not only for spacing. It's not only for conditioning, but this is also builds your gauge. Whenever you like hit enemy on block and whatnot, it builds gauge. So sometimes certain things you do just to recover your gauge, right? Destroy some gauge of the opponent, right? Because like as you see, it like destroys some of their use gauge, right? If they like very stubborn, they like remain not pressing anything, then of course you could like just a bit bully them, and basically it's like bullying, hard bullying, very hard bullying, depending on just how much like, you know, enemy is stubborn to commit to something like that is like, say, defensive measures. Switching back and forth between just how much you're gonna like risk certain things because the enemy allows you to is what I feel like defines a better player in general. You'll be able to search through holes of the enemies that way. What else you can do? This is something very specific, but sometimes creating the pushback, like for example by pressing something safe like this, right? It's not too much recovery. Like for example this one, even like less so. If you feel like they're like waiting for something, but you still want to like sometimes press something on their block, but you are afraid of like, say, maybe they did DI like recently, are afraid to like, say, go outright into like fireball. You just like kind of poke it and like hold your light pinky, right, on like for DI. The thing is, it's not the only like, you know, advantage you get. What you can do is, you notice how this kind of creates space, right? It creates space. So what you can do is sometimes not canceling like so, right? You wait until the move is already past its cancel stage, and then you're gonna drive rush up. The reason why sometimes it works is you check how the enemy responds. Like for example, once they block a normal, do they take turn right away? Do they jump? What's they doing? If you notice the enemy is like kinda just waits, right? If they just waits, they most likely might be either two of things. They either trying to check a drive rush, but if it didn't do before, they most likely just waiting for something to happen, which there is a high chance they will not respond to this well, okay? They will not. You see how Ryu, whenever he blocks it, right, he like can throw a button, right? Hold on, I'm sorry. You see how Ryu throws a button, right? And it already waves before I even drew the drive rush, right? So they cannot just like mash immediately with light punch and stop it, because you're creating this space, right? And like it's also slow because you didn't reach them yet. That is why. Now imagine they didn't press a light punch. They didn't press a light punch. What if they pressed? This is kind of like already intermediate thing, right? So feel free to just take it as a like what's gonna be in the future thing, if you want, or you can train this even now. So vacate the space. I call it after with punish. Basically, you suspect the enemy will press something slow or they will delay something after you're gonna like create the pushback distance. What sometimes also happens is, sometimes something they do is sometimes they also throw a fireball in this situation. Like, you create a space, and he's gonna throw a fireball. It makes sense. Ryu feels a bit safe in this, like, situation, right? But obviously, you creating that space, well, aside from the obvious one, right? Hold on. We'll try to get in on him. So we cannot, like, you know, drive rush or anything like that. Because the fireballs in general, they, like, I call them sometimes preemptive measures, right? From the enemy moving towards you and doing some stuff. But, you know, the fireball is risky though. You might just not do a drive rush. Maybe we even can throw, like, EX pan, right? Or Musasabi no Mai, depending, right? Though I won't recommend that, but I don't remember if EX1 is safe, by the way. But the point is here, if he's gonna, like, do the fireballs, that's a risk, alright? Like, and you can take the note of it. Whenever you create, like, pushback distance from very far away, what does the enemy does, right? And if they do the, you know, like, the fireball often, this is kind of your call to action to start, like, maybe, like, sometimes do... You don't just, like... You know, the thing is, the reason why jump ins sometimes don't work, and the reason you see me jumping a lot, because I'm, like, very confident sometimes against these players, and duly noted that Jury couldn't stop my jumps. This is because I know that I already overloaded their brain with something else. I don't just, like, randomly jump at them, right? Like, say, I will create this situation where they, like, want to do something, and I see what they're doing during that situation, and next time I'm creating this situation, then I jump. That is super different from just, like, YOLO! You can, of course, YOLO, but that doesn't really give you any information, okay? Like, this is gathering information. YOLO does not gather information. It doesn't tell you how did your enemy reacted to something. Maybe you could at least, like, understand whether the opponent is solid against the, like, you know, jumps in general. But that's not, you know, like, as interesting as well. After a while, like playing YOLO, playing, like, whatever, it's get a bit boring. So it's easier to try to, like, read the mind of your opponent. What else we can do? Of course, we can choose to start canceling. Doing the canceling buttons. You see, like, we only use this as our, like, way to poke safely, right? Poke safely. But once we know what the enemy does, we suddenly start changing our approach. And you see, suddenly he cannot just immediately challenge our poke, right? Which is very important. And that means we're starting to kind of, like, get away with that as well. Because, like, then at this point the dude chooses, like, what he's gonna do. Because, like, sure, he can get this, like, you know, fireball out, but then he gets hit and I'm not. Which is, like, important. And holy shit, she can even, like, just fucking charge this fucking shit, and she still gets it. So he cannot get away with it. Basically, check what the enemy does after you press any button. That this button, what they do whenever they take this button, and then think what I could do to exploit that situation and build something from it. That's kind of sad. I cannot find the match. I'm sorry. I can't find the match. Very sad. What can you do also? How about this? You land this thingy, right? And you buffer and look. You see? You see them doing shit? Just buffer after it. Why this work? Like you'd say, like, why it worked? First of all, you already know they're gonna do something, right? Something slow after this, and they not jumping because obviously it's gonna jump you, like, hey, right? You're ready for it. They know, like, and it's very risky to jump on my Shiranui whenever she does this because it's, like, pretty fast. If I will not do this kick, right? Or I do it a bit earlier. Like say, like they get used that I'm doing it at this distance or so. I let you go, come here, and then I press it like this. And since they didn't play a whiff punish game, right? They wanted to like outright punish my buttons via jumping. I'd be like, okay, dude, and stop, or like this at least. That's very important. So you can even start like fishing, because you know that at this distance there is most likely not much risk from him to land that super big combo on you, right? Because of this pushback. What you're gonna do is just fucking buffer. You see him doing something, you go into super even. That's also a possibility. Or whichever like awaits, if you like play a different character in the future, right? Whichever like awaits the fireball, you can use the same like idea of gathering information. The next time, use it. Fortunately, the EX but she does not go through that, you know, and stuff like that. But oh well. What is? Oh, we got the match. Never mind. Focus, focus. All right. Okay. Remember from before? I used it against him. He plays more aggressive now. Side switches. Good one. And finish me off. Wait, what? It wasn't enough. Oh, I can't finish him off. I'm so stupid. Man, that sucks. Oh well, at least I kept the bars. I just gonna spend. Oh my god, I did a second dash. I'm stupid. I missed my anti-air. Man. Man, for real. Oh my god. Okay, I'll take it. I have to switch to faster buttons, I think. Oh my god. Cool. He catch my throw with that. Oh my god, for real. Just when I was about to recover. Ah, no. I shouldn't use it that much though. Okay, good. Out of the corner at least. Oh no, I'm dead. Fuck. Oh well, GG's. In my defense, this is not the best match for mine. I did relatively well, I still feel like. In fact, if we play longer, maybe I would even win. But, what can I say? I just suck with some things when it comes to this matchup, because you cannot even use your light fireball that much here. He's like too good when it comes to it. What the hell? Who even does this? Crazy look. Why did I try to walk here? Oh no, I had not enough! Oh no! They now can walk back from this, I forgot. Oh, that... How? Man, he chilling that. Come on, dude, don't go online on me. He goes online on me. By the way, it works because I'm going for lows. Low buttons. That's why this overhead works. Oh my god, I didn't press it. I mean, you're doing online stuff, what can I say? Let me do a bit of it as well. Let's see if he's gonna wake up with super or not. He didn't. Surprisingly. Nope. Exposed.
Another day passes and another day we get robbed of a peak animation, bro. Get peak, bro. We got robbed out.
Here comes a new challenger.
At least you know, the matches are going. I already played with this person before, I think.
Round one. Fight.
Okay. Got baited.
Round two. Fight.
What? That's weird. Man, how did you know?
Mine win. Round one. Fight. Round two.
I'm trying to exploit their movement. I see that they are now afraid. Exploit that. I think it's GG's. Yes, they cannot stop it. Alright, the stream is over. Hope you enjoyed this, hope you learned something new. If you have any questions, please do post them later on YouTube or Discord, whichever is like available for you. Thank you for watching the stream.